Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We have a bunch of coins here, all of them US dimes, Franklin Delano Roosevelt dimes from 1980, except for one of them, and we'll talk to you about that. The other one that we've got on our board here up above is actually from much earlier than 1980, but let's look at this one. So this is the 1980p, or the 1980 Philadelphia dime, and this one is in just massively good condition. This is a general circulating dime that one of our friends that's a collector saved. It says Liberty in front of Roosevelt. In God We Trust here. There's a JS down here, and that's for John Sinek, the engraver of these coins, which originally came out in 1946. There's a P over here, and that's for the Philadelphia Mint, and then underneath it says 1980. In Philadelphia, in 1980, they made 735 million of these. 735 million. And here's the beauty of it. Of the 735 million, PCGS has graded one, that is one, ONE, as a MS66 or above. In fact, it's only graded as MS66. Mint State 66 is something that essentially what it says is that this is a really, really good coin. The highest you can go is Mint State 70, and so it's good. But in general, you get a lot of 67, 68, 69. Sometimes with the recent coins, you get some 70s. You see, this is a copper nickel clad copper coin. It's nice and shiny. If we tip it over to this side, we see that it is, if we can get that to focus a little bit better, it's nice on the back too. We're getting a little bit of patina here. So the United States of America around the top. One dime at the bottom. Down here across the center it says E pluribus unum. And on this side we have an olive branch, and this side an oak branch with acorns on it, and then olives on the olive side. What you want to do, Anise, is you want to look in here and see if you can see a separation between both of these bands here and these bands here. And this one on the bottom you really can't, can you? Let's get that as high as we can. We'll tip it back and forth. We can see the line kind of starts, but no separation. So while this is an exceptionally good dime from 1980, one of the things we need to have for full value is the full bands. Now, I said PCGS only rated one ever as MS66, and they value that at $4,000, but it hasn't been sold yet. PCGS has rated one at MS64, and no, two of them, and they say those are worth about $12.50. Now there's other rating services. There's NGC, and NGC has rated these two, and NGC has rated it as one ever MS66. So it's not that, one ever MS65, and they estimate that it's probably worth about $1,000. I think it sold for $1,000, and they think an MS66 would be about $1,200 or $1,300. But because nobody's ever sold one, we won't know until they do. What other types of coins came out this year? Well, of course, the Denver Mint coin came out in 1980, and that's a beauty right there. The Denver Mint coin from 1980, they made 719 million. So about 1.5 billion between the two. And again, the only real difference here is going to be the D. But let's push this one over and see if there's any chance we have full bands on the back of this one. So the Denver Mint one, this is from a uncirculated set, the so-called PDS or US Mint sets. They made 2.8 million of them, and look at the bands on the bottom again. We just can't get there with this one either. We get some bands on the top that are pretty good, but we get to the bottom and you're not going to get full bands on this one either. How about this one? Oh, let me talk to you about why I brought this one. 1955. People always ask about certain years and say, well, what about the San Francisco Mint coins? 1955 was the last year they made circulating coins at the San Francisco Mint, and you can actually see it. And this is a really good one. But in 1955 they put the S on the back, and in 1955 they were silver, 90%. Can you still get a 90% silver from 1980? No. But you can get an S Mint from 1980, and this is so-called not so-called, it's actually a proof set. And this is just beautiful. This is what they call a cameo. So see how Franklin Delano Roosevelt, it looks like it's polished different on his head than the rest of the coin, and how he just pops off of there. And you can tell it's a San Francisco Mint coin because you look right over here and there's an S. To San Francisco Mint in 1980, they made $3.5 million. And this one is worth anywhere from $4 and above. But again, it's a copper nickel clad copper. It's not a silver coin. All right, how about the full bands on this one? Well, here's the deal. On this one, you can see these bands going across, right? Pretty good there. And down here, you can see them going across, but look at the ones going up and down. So now, I call them full bands. That's what PCGS calls them. NGC calls them full torch. Same thing. Sometimes you see an FT, sometimes you see an FB, and I have one more that I'm going to pull out for you, and that's this one here. Again, this is a 1980. This is in really, really good condition. Let's see what the back looks like. And it doesn't have the good bands, but look at what we had on the front. This is an S. So that means, again, that means this is a proof coin. But what's the difference between this one and the other one we looked at? Well, this one is not a cameo in any way, as this one is. And this will happen sometimes to the San Francisco Mint says. All right, well, that's all we have today from DC Cornwall International Coin Channel. Look for those 1980 Philadelphia dimes. And if you can find one with the full bands on the back, you're going to be talking in the thousands. Have a great day, and we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel.